Chapter 1. The Mountain Within. Have you ever felt like you are standing in your own way? Like something holds you back from achieving your dreams? That, my friends, is the mountain within. This isn't about blaming ourselves, it's about understanding. We all have this mountain, this tendency for self-sabotage. It's about recognizing it, understanding it, and ultimately conquering it. Brianna Wiest, in her insightful book, The Mountain Is You, offers a roadmap to this very climb. It's about transforming those patterns of self-sabotage into stepping stones of self-mastery. Sounds daunting? Don't worry, we're in this together. This isn't a quick fix, mind you. It's about deep inner work. Think of it like training for a marathon, not a sprint. It's about patience, persistence, and a good dose of self-compassion. Ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery? Let's take the first step, shall we? Chapter 2. Recognizing the Saboteur Within. Self-sabotage. It's a tricky beast, isn't it? It lurks in the shadows of our minds, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It whispers doubts when we're feeling confident, making us question our abilities and decisions. It pushes us toward procrastination when we're eager to start, convincing us that there's always more time. And it often disguises itself as comfort, keeping us stuck in familiar, albeit unproductive, patterns. We find solace in the known, even if it hinders our growth. We've all been there, right? That nagging feeling that holds us back. That important project we keep putting off, the one that could change everything. The healthy habits we struggle to maintain despite knowing their benefits. Or the relationships we sabotage with negativity, pushing away those we care about. These are all signs of the saboteur within, holding us back from our true potential. It's a constant battle. But why? Why do we do this to ourselves? What drives this self-destructive behavior? It often stems from fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, and even fear of the unknown. These fears create barriers that seem insurmountable. It's our mind's way of protecting us, but ironically it ends up limiting us. It's a paradox of self-preservation. Recognizing these patterns is the first step. Awareness is the key to change. Once we shed light on these subconscious habits, we can start to understand their root causes. We can begin to see the bigger picture. Only then can we begin to dismantle them, piece by piece, and move forward with clarity and purpose. Chapter 3. The Power of Emotional Intelligence. Now, where does emotional intelligence fit into all of this? It's our secret weapon, our trusty compass on this climb to self-mastery. It's about understanding and managing our emotions effectively, not letting them control us. Think of it this way. When we're ruled by our emotions, we react impulsively. We make decisions from a place of fear or insecurity. But when we develop emotional intelligence, we create space between feeling and reacting. We can identify what triggers our self-sabotaging behaviors. Are we feeling overwhelmed, insecure, afraid? Once we pinpoint the root emotion, we can address it healthily and constructively. Emotional intelligence empowers us to make conscious choices aligned with our values and aspirations, not dictated by our fears. Chapter 4. Steps to Self-Mastery. Ready for some practical steps? Let's dive in. Let's map out our climb to self-mastery. Think of it as planning an adventure. Remember, this is a journey, not a race. Each step is important. We'll stumble, we'll take detours, and that's perfectly okay. It's all part of the process. The key is to keep going. First, cultivate self-awareness. This is your foundation. Pay attention to your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. They are your guideposts. Keep a journal, meditate, or simply reflect at the end of each day. These practices anchor you. The more we understand ourselves, the better equipped we are to navigate challenges. Next, challenge negative self-talk. Replace those self-defeating thoughts with positive affirmations. Speak kindly to yourself. Instead of saying, "I can't do this, try, I'm capable of learning and growing." This shift is transformative, Sounds simple, but trust me, it's incredibly powerful. Set realistic goals. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will our mountain be climbed overnight. Patience is key. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Each small victory builds momentum. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small. Every step forward is progress. And remember, self-compassion is key. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself, especially when you stumble. It's part of the learning process. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. Embrace them as lessons. Learn from them. Dust yourself off and keep climbing. The summit awaits. Chapter 5: Overcoming Resistance. Now, as we climb higher, we're bound to encounter resistance. It's inevitable. The higher we go, the more challenging it becomes. Our old habits, those comfortable yet limiting patterns, will try to pull us back down. This is perfectly normal. It's a natural part of the journey. Resistance often manifests as procrastination, self-doubt, or even excuses. These are the mind's way of keeping us in our comfort zone. We might find ourselves tempted to give up, feeling overwhelmed by the challenges ahead, to turn back to what's familiar, to the safety of what we know. But here's the thing. Resistance is a sign of growth. It indicates that we're on the right path. It means we're pushing beyond our comfort zones, challenging our old selves. This is where true transformation happens. The key is to acknowledge the resistance without judgment. Recognize it for what it is. Don't beat yourself up for feeling it. It's a natural part of the process. Instead, approach it with curiosity. Ask yourself questions. What is this resistance trying to tell me? What lessons can I learn from it? What fear or insecurity is it masking? Understanding this can be enlightening. Once we understand the root of the resistance, we can start to address it effectively. We can start to strategize and find ways to overcome it. We can break through those self-imposed barriers, those mental blocks that hold us back, and continue our ascent with renewed determination. Each step forward is a victory. Chapter 6: The Transformative Journey. This journey of self-mastery is transformative, both internally and externally. As we conquer our inner mountains, we show up differently in the world. We become more confident, more resilient, more authentically ourselves. Our relationships improve because we're better equipped to handle conflict and communicate effectively. We pursue our passions with more vigor, no longer held back by self-doubt, and we approach challenges with a growth mindset, embracing failure as an opportunity for learning. But perhaps the most significant transformation is the sense of inner peace we cultivate. When we stop fighting ourselves, when we embrace our flaws and strive for growth, we find a deep sense of contentment. Chapter 7: Reaching for the Summit. So, there you have it. The mountain is you, as Brianna Wiest so eloquently puts it. It's the sum of our self-limiting beliefs, our fears, and our patterns of self-sabotage. But it's also the source of our greatest potential. Climbing this mountain won't be easy. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a relentless commitment to growth. But the view from the summit, my friends, is more than worth the effort. It's a view of self-mastery, of living a life aligned with our truest selves. A life filled with purpose, passion, and an unshakable belief in our own abilities. So take a deep breath, lace up your boots, and start climbing. The mountain awaits.